Hello, world. Welcome to another episode of Golf Subpar. I am Colt Nost, as always, joined by my man Drew Stoltz, the Sleazy Man. Sleazy, we're in different places this week, but always good to talk to you.
Quarantine special this week, Colty. Good to be with you. And I don't know how you feel, dude, but this was the first week that it really hit home that, like, yo, there's no golf. Masters week. Masters was supposed to be wrapping up. Final round Sunday. I watched a little bit of the reruns on Golf Channel, but, dude, not the same not having a Masters. It felt really weird, honestly.
Yeah, it was pretty depressing. I normally never play golf on Masters Sunday. I'm always glued to the TV, but yesterday or on Masters Sunday, I had to play a little golf just to take my mind off of it. But as like you, I watched some of the replays. Wasn't quite the same considering I knew exactly what happened. But hey, we're on with it, and now we're on to our next guest, and that's PGA Tour rookie Scott Harrington.
Yes, the rookie sensation, Scott Harrington, a young man, Colty, you and I are both very familiar with. He actually has both of our old caddies working on the bag for him right now, but a guy that I grew up, played a ton of Jickey Jack mini tour golf with through the years. Great to see him out on tour, and looking forward to having a fun conversation with him.
Yeah, well, let's get right into it. Here's PGA Tour rookie Scott Harrington.
Our next guest is PGA Tour rookie sensation, I should say, and fellow Scottsdale resident, joining us live via the computer during this quarantine time. Scott Harrington, welcome to the program. How are we doing, my man?
Hey, boys. Doing okay? How you guys doing?
I'm great. I'm just glad Sleaze put a shirt on. He had his tank top on earlier.
Yeah, no, that was questionable. I saw it. I wish I didn't.
Too sexy. There is such thing as too sexy on Golf Subpar, and we were teetering.
There were a lot of tan lines and a lot of frailness.
It's not good, as you've seen me. But Scotty, we're going to get into a lot of stuff today, but I want to do a quick thing with you here because you and I and a bunch of guys in Scottsdale, we grew up playing together. We played tons of golf together. We developed some words over time that were kind of unique to our circle, words that we coined and that we use in our everyday vocabulary, but a lot of people might not know what they mean. One of which is your nickname has come into play, which is the term Lair or Larry. So I want you to go ahead and give our listeners, define that. If you hear the term Lair or Larry used in a sentence the way we do it, what does that mean?
Well, you're looking at a few of them right here.
There you go. Correct.
Larry or Lair is something that, I don't know, I got it from an old friend of mine. He used to say it all the time. He used to call people Lair or Daryl or Ned. But Larry was the one that was most commonly used just to, describe. I mean, I don't want to discriminate against people named Larry, but, it was just something he used to describe, kind of a schmo or if you don't know. I mean, it's hard to explain. I think it's just the name says it all. If somebody you do something stupid, you go you miss a short putt, like nice one, Lair.
Exactly. It's just kind of like a nondescript average golfer, I would say. Like, hey, who'd you play with today, Scott? I don't know, dude. Couple of Lairs, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's pretty much it.
If they didn't really bring much to the table, or if they did some stupid stuff, or you just one word sums it up, just a Lair.
Just want to get that out of there in case we use it in this episode. And the other one, Jickey Jacks. When someone says Jickey Jacks, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means Jickey Jack is pretty much any non-PGA Tour sanctioned tournament, I would say. Web, Korn Ferry, or PGA. The jickier the better. There's some pretty, it means you're riding in carts, means you're wearing shorts, means you're playing probably a 6,400-yard golf course. And, but hey, I'm not knocking it. As you know, I spent about almost a decade probably playing those things. And but it's just something that we mess around with. It's no negative term. It's just something. It actually came from one of our friends up at Whisper Rock who just coined it out of the blue. I was playing some mini tour event, and he was just like, how'd you play in that Jickey Jack tournament? And everybody kind of laughed, and everybody was like, I was like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, that Gateway Tour or whatever that you were playing. And it just kind of stuck. And now, like, at least our group of friends, as we just, every tournament, like, any type of mini tour event, we just call a Jick or a Jickey Tour event.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's no like negative. It's not knocking anything. It's just like,
no.
Because we were playing those events, and we were referring to them like that. So,
Of
it's all good.
course. That's all I know. All I know is Jickeys. Anything where you can pay an entry fee and get a spot in the field, that is a Jickey Jack. And that is pretty much
and
all
our friend actually, our friend who is about a 5 handicap did pay to play in some of those. So
yes.
Just for
you
fun.
can name him. Throw it out there. Who was that?
That would be James Decker, one of our regulars. Colt,
Yes.
you guys
That's
know.
who, I'm going to Whisper Rock after this to help him with his chipping. His game is not ready for the Jickey Jacks right now.
No, he's not Jickey ready.
It wasn't back then either. But
No, but
another term that we coined back then was donators, which also Jimmy would qualify under, the guys who probably had no business playing it up, but we're happy to have them because we're helpful.
Love those guys. Need those guys.
it is easy to say some things have never changed when it comes to him, but for you, things have changed a lot. You are no longer on the Jickey Jacks. You are on the PGA Tour as a 38-year-old rookie, which is incredible. But you were in the middle of your rookie season, and then all hell broke loose in the world. Tell us what you've been doing to kind of pass the time. And obviously, it's got to be a little frustrating knowing that the middle of your season, I mean, your first season out on the PGA Tour, got interrupted.
Yeah. And you gave me 1 year. I'm actually 39, Colt, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
He looks 38. He looks 38.
Yeah, don't look a day over 38. But no, it was frustrating. I mean, like for a lot of guys, but honestly, for me, I was kind of at a weird point. Like I wasn't in Players. I had missed like 5 cuts in a row. And then I played okay at Bay Hill, but I hadn't been playing very well this calendar year at all. And I'd actually been having like some body issues. I'd had a back issue that had been bugging me quite a bit, that it was just requiring a ton of maintenance, like literally just a lot of maintenance every day just to get ready to go play. And I could still play, but it was just taking a lot of work to be ready to play. And, my golf game was kind of average. And so right when the news came that we were taking 3 weeks off, I was like, hey, this isn't the worst thing in the world for me. I can get my body right, go to work on a few things. But then obviously things escalated pretty quickly in the world. And, and so we've been, forced into a, pretty long layoff here, which is, first things first. It's, we're concerned for everybody out there in the world and us, and trying to do everything that we can to stay safe and keep the pandemic from spreading. But, it's strange. It honestly, it just feels like a off season. I mean, to me, like I'm working out a bunch. I'm still like practicing, out in Arizona here, we're obviously still able to play and keep our distance and all that. But, so I'm still getting some golf in. And just kind of got my body feeling really good again. And it's the strange part about it is just like really not having any start date or any at least in an off season, you kind of know, hey, whether it's January, I got 6 weeks and then I got to go, or a month. And it's a little strange not just to kind of have that not determined yet, but dealing with the best we can of just cooking every meal at home, eating real healthy, working out, like trying to get things feeling good. I feel great, with golf and body and all that. But it was tough because, we were just kind of getting ready to go into the meat of a schedule. I was just starting to play better at Bay Hill. I got, had some good things going there. And, but yeah, to take a knee, it's kind of unfortunate, but, hey, there's so much bigger things going on. And, so it's not hard to do, but, with my position, it's, I know for sure I'm going to be playing the PGA Tour next year in 2021. So that makes it a little easier. I'm not as concerned about, how many events we're going to get in this year or whatnot. But I do feel for guys, kind of who came off the Korn Ferry, maybe they're rookies and they didn't get off to such a great start. And, they're probably stressing a little bit more and wondering, so just waiting for, they want to get as many opportunities as they can. And, that's why I do kind of feel for some of those guys, but I'm just kind of waiting it out. And in the meantime, just trying to get through every day, just like everybody else.
Yeah. If you're working out and you're not putting it on Instagram, Scott, it doesn't count. So until you start putting that up for everyone to see on Instagram, workouts don't count.
I'm more like my guy Damian Lillard out there at the Blazers. He likes to poke fun. He never posts that stuff, and he makes fun of he points that out a lot on social media. Like, hey,
I like that.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of the quiet assassin, but no, not that I'm either of those. But it's hey, doing what I can. So I don't have one of these full-fledged gyms at home, but I got a few things, and I can it's so easy now these days. There's so much stuff online and a lot of stuff that you can take advantage of. It's kind of fun.
Yes, keep that thing tight. What else? I've been told, Scotty, and we're changing some text. You've gotten back into an old hobby of yours as a youth. You're diving back into the video game world right now. How is that going for you right now? What are you playing, and how's your progression?
Well, about a month, pretty much right when stuff kind of went down, maybe like that weekend that players got canceled, I just had a feeling that this was going to be long. And I got a PS4. I haven't owned one. In college, my roommates and I used to play, and I was in college from 99 to 03. So we're talking a long time ago. But I was always more into sports games. So I got NBA 2K. I'm a big NBA guy. I've been playing that quite a bit. And one of our mutual friends, Drew Kittleson, just a couple nights ago, I saw him and gave me the big pitch on Call of Duty. I know how bad I was. I mean, I literally downloaded it last night and I played for about an hour and I just was getting slaughtered within 30 seconds. The learning curve's tough, especially, I don't know, just not have been out of the game for a while. And, it's tough, but hey, it's just like golf. You got to put the work in, but
yes,
put in some practice and hopefully the results come. But it's a nice outlet. It's fun. I'm not playing 8 hours a day or anything, but just kind of like time that I maybe usually would just be watching TV. I'll throw on the PlayStation, play for an hour or two, and but it's pretty fun.
Love it.
I'm not a video game guy. Are you, Sleaze?
I own one, and I own Call of Duty, the game Scott was talking about. And it's every time I get on, I literally just get I just die within the first 10 seconds, and I come back to life and die. It's just everyone's so good, I'm so bad. I just kind of gave up on it. I was like, the learning curve here is way too long for me, so I checked out on it.
I feel like I probably need like 50 hours. I'm gonna guess 50 to 100 hours of playing to become just remotely
like serviceable,
proficient at it.
Yeah, some of those guys are ridiculous. I hear. I've never played the game. I've never seen it, but I hear some of it's just absurd how good people are.
It's a joke how good.
But it's fun. I mean, it'd be fun to get. Our buddy he's buddies with a lot of pro golfers, PGA guys, and he was telling me his group that plays every night. It's Justin Thomas and Bud Cauley and a few other guys, and they go into the wee hours of the morning just screaming at each other on the headsets, and hey, sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of some of those big name guys, during your rookie season, has there been a pairing yet that you were just like, oh man, I can't believe I'm actually playing golf with this guy. This is amazing. Or like a starstruck moment at all?
I wouldn't really say I haven't had a pairing, like any like super marquee pairing. I did play with Patrick Reed the final round at Bay Hill, and which was actually a lot of fun. I knew him a little bit. We played together quite a while ago in some random qualifier, and he had a really good time. He was great to play with, but I heard there was a lot of action going on in the gallery, so a lot of comments, a lot of yells, a lot of some people getting kicked out, and my caddy and I were kind of shaking our heads at some of the stuff that he's got to deal with on a daily basis. And but I would say things, the fall, as is there. There's not a whole lot of they're great events. In terms of the big names, there aren't a whole lot of big names. Maybe one or two that show up to every tournament. But it kind of flipped at San Diego. I would say is the first week where things just really felt. It was really cool. Things just really felt big, and Tiger's there. Everybody's a Tiger, Rory, Justin Rose. It just seemed like it was kind of the first like really really nice, great field of the year, and you can just kind of notice a difference. Just kind of just the vibe and the people, just the crowds kind of hovering around every out there on a Tuesday, just on the practice round, it's just packed out there, and kind of feels like a major. And but I haven't really had one of those moments yet where kind of I just look around and I'm like, man, this is really cool, or I haven't really had one of those like interactions with a super big name or anything like that. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I get one of those a great Sunday pairing in contention, hopefully at some point this year. But yeah, definitely look forward to that.
Well, speaking of Tiger, for a couple years, your profile picture on Twitter was actually you hitting balls next to Tiger Woods at the Open. I mean, did you have
Yes.
to change that once you got on the PGA Tour? Because it's kind of weird to have you and another man you're almost the same age of as your profile picture on Twitter.
Great question. Back when that picture was taken, so I'd Mondayed into the waste management, and I was a Jickey Jack player, as we kind of
Yeah,
talked
there you
about,
go.
and as Drew knows, like, I think I played a couple PGA Tour events in my life, and obviously I was playing. It was an event it was a home event for me. It was the one year that Tiger played when he was kind of coming in and out of golf, and it was actually that week where he had the chipping yips, and it was pretty tough to watch. But I think we had a restart some morning, and one of my buddies was like in the like watching me hit balls, and just I didn't even notice that like Tiger was like he had gotten on right behind me, and one of my buddies like snapped this picture, and yeah, at the time, hey, 8 years ago or whatever, and I was playing mini tour events like in Tiger's Tiger. I mean, I'm as big a fan as anybody, and yeah, hey, I had that on my profile. I don't even know when. I actually kind of forgot about that. That's some good. That's some crack research right there.
Yeah.
Professional.
But yeah, thanks for bringing that
Don't
up.
apologize for that, dude.
Hey, maybe I'll bring it back.
Maybe you should. Tiger's one of those guys that, like, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, like, he's one of the living legends. Like, you can fanboy over him as a member of the PGA Tour, just like guys could in the NBA with Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan during his late days. Like, he's so far above everyone else that, like, it's not even like a thing. It's just like, yeah, dude, that's a guy that's a big deal. Like, what do you want me to say? I'm trying to beat him, but he's still the biggest deal there is.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed. I mean, it's Tiger's so great for the sport. He's so fun to watch. I've rooted for him. I wanted him to win every single tournament that he's teed it up in. Never get tired of it. And obviously, impact on the game is just as big as any figure in sports ever. So, yeah, maybe I'll get a better picture when he's actually paying attention to me sometime. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Let me ask you a real question here, Lair. So you just said, like, you're going to be playing on the PGA Tour in 2021, which is a nice feeling. But finish this sentence for me now that that's already kind of out of the way. My rookie season on the PGA Tour will be a success if I blank. Finish the sentence.
If I make the Tour Championship.
That's a big one. That would be good.
I think now that we're kind of like mid-season, now at the beginning of the year, I would have said something different. But at this point, you can kind of, I can kind of reset some goals, and I don't want to say, I don't like setting goals. I had a little bit of a hard time with it at the beginning of the year because I don't like setting super results-based goals. But that's kind of because that kind of takes other people into consideration. I'm more concerned with what I'm doing. I think every player's goal, their first year, you definitely want to keep a card, but I don't like setting a top 125 goal. That's too low. So I didn't really set a lot of goals right at the beginning, but I think right now, I don't want to say it's not a success if I don't win or if I don't have X number of top 10s. I'd say I want to put myself in there more often. I've had a good year, but I really only had one event where I was like truly in contention on a Sunday, and I want to feel that more and see how I handle it. I handled it really well the first go around, and I want to have those chances, whether you pull them off or not. Who knows? But yeah, and I think Tour Championship at this point in the season, especially because it looks like we might have kind of a sprint to the finish, and if you're playing good golf for 2-3 months, then a lot's possible. And I'm sitting there like 61 on the current year FedEx, and that's certainly within reach. I'd also, I still have never played a major in my career. I'd really love to play my way into the PGA or the US Open or something like that. So yeah, at this point, I think Tour Championship is something and then that obviously, you make a Tour Championship, that next year for you really opens up. You're in all the majors and a lot of great things. So I'd say, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at.
That would be a hell of a rookie year. Get to East Lake, get to Atlanta. That'd be nice. I'll be rooting hard for you. All right, Scotty, since this is a little bit of an abbreviated subpar, we're going to get into a little segment that we do called E9. It's just 9 quick hitting questions that we ask most of our guests when they come on here. So we're going to go ahead and fire that off with you right now. First question, we ask this to everyone. I'm actually very interested to hear what your answer is going to be for this. But movie based on the life of Scott Harrington, who is the actor that plays that role?
You know what? I've listened to some of your pods, and everybody comes on here and like, oh, Brad Pitt or Ryan Gosling or whatever. You know, like they're picking like the best looking men in the world and the best actors in the world, and you know, I'm gonna go McLovin.
Nice, McLovin.
Don't hate on yourself.
I'm gonna go completely off the board. I'm not looking. I don't need Ryan Reynolds to play me. I will say
he couldn't do it. He couldn't.
I honestly don't really know. I don't know who looks like me in the actors world, but I get an insane amount. I get comments. I've been getting them for like 5-6 years now that everybody thinks I look like Aaron Rodgers. I get it like on social media. People literally they'll like somebody will post a picture with me and people will literally like comment like, "Oh, that's sweet. You got to play with Aaron Rodgers." I'm just like, man, that's a little crazy. He's a little bigger and brawny.
I can see that a little bit with the beard. The beard has a little bit of a Rodgers vibe to it. Colt, who do you have?
I do have a rocket arm, but other than that, with the similarities, you know.
I actually saw a commercial for this guy's TV series today, and I thought of this. Do you know who Ryan Eagold is, or Eagold?
I don't think so.
Ryan Eagold. Who's that?
See if you could. It's this guy.
Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah, he's on a show called New Amsterdam. But you kind of look like him, actually.
He's a good looking dude.
Here's one for you. I'm going to go John Hamm. I'm going John Hamm.
Oh, I like John Hamm.
I have to Google all these people. I don't know who any of these people
No,
are.
you know John Hamm when you see him. Very good. He's he's the funny guy in Bridesmaids. He's the douchebag.
Yeah, he was on Mad Men.
He's on Mad Men.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
All right, we'll allow that. That's a good one. That's a little off the grid.
McLovin, if he's available, I'll take him first.
Man. McLovin, yeah, but in that same role as McLovin.
Yes, yeah. I mean, exactly.
All right, that's fair.
Number 2, what would your wife say is the most annoying thing about you, especially during this quarantine time?
Oh gosh, this quarantine time is really. I think everybody's kind of figuring out what annoys them with people, but gosh, hard to say.
You're perfect, you know.
Perfect.
Probably, I would say my lifestyle, and I mean, like she loves that I'm a golfer, but like I think it's annoying to her that like my work, because she works full time, and you know, I wouldn't say she doesn't really love her job. She works in commercial real estate, and it's a grind. She's super busy even right now, and I'd say probably just like the fact that I kind of get to do, you know, like, I mean, it's hard to explain. Like, she has to sit there and grind all day, and I get to like go to the golf course, and it's probably, you know, she loves that for me. But I think sometimes it's like, man, you just get to do stuff you like all day. And
you play Call of Duty while she's on like Excel. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. I don't know if that's a great answer, but I would also probably say my sport. I actually, more so than that, I'd probably say like my love of sports, and like I could watch, like you guys probably, like I could watch Sports Center, ESPN, or whatever sport, you know, in normal times. Obviously, when sports are on TV, I could watch that, you know, all the time. And it's like crazy to her that you know, like I want and will watch sports so often, and just like I literally watched the entire Tiger Masters yesterday, from his win last year, and she's like, why is this even cool to you? Like, you already know what happens. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. You don't get
no, I mean, like, no, I think it's definitely probably the sports viewing.
Yeah, that's probably most wives' thing, actually. They don't get it. And you go ahead and just win one this year, and then she can stop working in commercial real estate too, so you can solve that too. It's all in your hands.
That'd be nice.
Scotty, all right, next question. We know you're a world-class golfer. What is your hidden talent? What is something that you're really good at that nobody knows about, or that very few people know about?
You know this, Drew. Shooting that 3.
It's not what I thought you were going to say.
You've been on the wrong end of that a few times. It's been a little while, but I think you've been on the wrong end of that. You've seen it. You witnessed it. You don't want to be pieces of it.
I've seen it. I've never been on the wrong end of it, but I had to. I thought you were going to say you're freestyle rapping, which is also we won't make you do it out of respect for you, but you're a dope rapper, as they say in 8 Mile.
Dope rapper.
Well, hey,
Dope
I'll
rapper.
let other people be the judge of that. But
Okay.
I'm going to go with my ability to shoot the three.
Okay, fair. Colt?
All right, number 4. You know, a lot of people during this time, Bob Menery, one who's also got a podcast out there, gave up booze for 60 days. How long do you think you could give up looking in the mirror?
Ooh.
Man,
Be tough. Could you go 30 days no looking in the mirror?
Couple hours?
I think you got me twisted, Colt. I've been on hey, I'm over the hill. I don't know if I exactly like what I'm seeing in the mirror.
You're always dressed perfectly.
He does dress incredibly.
Hey, well, that might never leave. I credit the sponsors, call that. They make it easy. But gosh, I don't think it'd be that hard. I don't know. I mean, frankly, like I've needed a haircut now for about a month. This mop on top I hate looking at it every day. I think right now I'd be just fine. But
I've got some clippers. We can take care of that for you.
Yeah, get that Colt nose cut.
Yeah. I'll pass on that, thankfully. But
it's low maintenance. All right, next question. I referenced your rap skills a little bit earlier. If there was a rap album made about your life, what would it be called? You could steal an album that's been made already, if you want.
Started from the bottom. That's not an album.
That's a song, but yeah, I'll allow that. Started from the bottom. That's
Started
actually
from the bottom. Now we're here.
Very fitting. Yeah, that's actually a really good call. All right,
Shout out Drake. I'm sure he's listening.
Yeah, he's a big fan. He's a huge fan of the show. All right, started from the bottom. Fair.
All right, number 6. You're a Northwestern alumnus, and so is Meghan Markle. How close were you to dating Meghan Markle in college?
I dated like one of her best friends, but I don't think Meghan really had eyes for me.
What an idiot!
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I knew her. Didn't see. She was kind of a little bit of a bookworm. Didn't really see. She was in a sorority. I was in a fraternity. I saw her at all her events and everything, and would hang out some, but didn't really. She didn't really hang out at the spots that a lot of us with. For those
did you ever make a move? Did you ever shoot your shot with Meghan Markle, or did you just let it be? Let her come to you, play hard.
My shot might be nice now, but back then my shot was a little weak. So I think even if I did, it probably would have gotten just rejected.
Oh God, that would have been great. Okay, that's probably a smart move. Yeah. It's her loss. She ain't doing nothing. She never mounted.
Yeah, what's she even up to?
No. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Speaking of chicks, we got to go with who's your childhood crush growing up? Who did you look at and be like, that's the one?
Kelly Kapowski.
That's it.
I mean,
you can argue it.
Is there another answer? I don't know.
Yeah, she was the one.
Mm-hmm. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a winner.
All right, next one. What's your favorite PGA Tour stop so far?
I would say Waste Management. I think that's a little, obviously hometown. I've played it twice now. I mean, it's hard to beat. I will say I didn't get to play it this year because it was an invitational, but Riviera is pretty darn special too. And it's it's probably one of my favorite 3 or 5 golf courses I've ever played. And just an overall sweet event. But Waste Management just brings something that you're only going to see once a year. And it's just crazy. I mean, it's everything that they make it out to be and more, and they just keep making it bigger and better every year. And I live 5 minutes away and got all the friends and family out there, and it's pretty special. I hope I can play that one for a long, long time.
Yep, you got the game that suits that thing well too. So go ahead and pick that one off in the next year or two if you can. All right, last question, Scott. We asked this to a lot of people that know both Colt and myself. You got a 10-foot putt. Your life is on the line. You got to pick me or Colt to putt it. Who are you picking? And I swear to God, if you pick Colt, this is my one shot to get picked one time in the history of this podcast. If you pick Colt, just lose my number forever. But go ahead. It's up to you, obviously.
All right. I'm picking Drew, and there's one reason. Reason. Because I don't know if you remember Drew. I don't know, it was some big we were in a couple years ago, and we were partners, and we were getting killed. And I think on the 18th hole, we had pressed multiple times. I mean, it was like,
Yes.
just throwing a Hail Mary out of my 18.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I went for the par5, went for the green something, and I'm literally hit a bad shot. I'm literally like out of the hole, and you had like legit like a 10-footer or a 15-footer for birdie that was just gonna save. I mean, it wasn't gonna we weren't gonna win all of a sudden, but it was gonna save us. And I think we were both mini tour players at the time.
We were both Jickeys.
We're playing
for $1 million. Might as well.
We're playing for way more than guys like you and I should be for. And I remember you knocked it in, and I may or may not have done something fairly inappropriate on the 18th green.
Yes.
Reenacted something, but it was epic. I was so happy, and so Drew, you've done it for me, so I got to take you.
That's my guy. That's the only one I'll ever get, and if I didn't get you, Scott, I was going to get 0. So
I mean, but hey, I've been on the wrong end of Colt's putter plenty of times, so it's no knock on Colt, but Drew's the museum has saved me a few times.
It's no wonder Drew begged to have you on this show just so he could get one this year.
Yeah, dude.
He ran through the entire Whisper Rock membership to find somebody who would pick him.
Yeah, I was like, no, definite no, maybe yes, Harrington, yes.
People haven't even hesitated. They don't even let them finish the question and they say my name. But you're different, which is fine. Best of luck to you the rest of the year. We'll give you that. But I'm not very happy with you right now.
Well,
you're welcome back anytime.
You just keep making putts and costing me money, and you can stick it to me that way.
I love it. Well, Scott, you've been an awesome guest. We really appreciate you taking the time, and hope to see you out on tour very soon.
All right, boys. See you soon.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Scott.
Right, later.
And that was PGA Tour rookie Scott Harrington joining us here on Golf Subpar. And Sleazy, you know him better than anybody. What a great story this guy has.
Yeah, man, that's a guy that I've been rooting for a long time. You won't find a better guy. Most people probably know the story with his wife going through what she did, battling cancer and coming back, and Scott finally getting his tour card, man. He's an easy guy to root for, one of the best guys on tour. And I know it took him longer than he wanted to get out there, but, man, I really expect him to hang out there for a good while and have some success. Great dude, fun to talk to.
Yeah, he'll have several years out there. I mean, he's pretty close to being on the Champ Tour soon.
It's all just getting ready for that Champ Tour. Yeah, just a little, little dress rehearsal.
He was awesome. Can't thank him enough. But next week, big guest coming our way. Pat Perez will be joining the program. Sleaze, I'm very excited about this.
This one could get weird. We're going to need a parental advisory stamped on the front of this next one for next week. But always fun talking with Patty. We're going to have a good time with that one. Looking forward to it.
Yep. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you on next week's Golf Subpar.